So yesterday we discussed about how to create the tables, right? We created a database, then we activated the database, we created table. While creating the table, we understood how many data types are there, what are the different data types, right? And then we inserted the data and we displayed the data, correct? So today also let's continue with that class. And as I said, every time before writing, we need to first activate the database, right? So let me open a new file. First, let me activate the database by using use command. Use database name. Our database name is SQL Morning. Just selecting this, executing. Now this got activated, right? Employees table we have. Let's see the data by using select command. Select star from table name, that is employees. This is the data we have, right? 4 columns and 3 rows of data. Now yesterday we discussed about data types. In that, in character or string data type, we saw about 2 data types, that is char and varchar, right? So I didn't explain about this yesterday. Let me explain it now. What is char and varchar? What is the difference between them? When we will use what? Okay, char and varchar. So yesterday I said whenever we are defining character data, we will define size also, right? Suppose for employee name column, I defined as char yesterday and I took the size as 10, right? So what is this actually? Let's try to understand now. Suppose if I am defining char as a data type for employee name and define size as 10 here, what will happen in the backend? SQL, I'm just taking a box here and I'm dividing this into 10 parts, okay? Like this 10 boxes are divided. Suppose if I'm entering some word called as John, okay? Each letter we will take each box. So I'm writing JOHN, okay? So here what exactly we are doing, we allocated 10 bytes of memory, okay? 10 bytes of memory for this employee name column, okay? In this 10 bytes, whenever I try to enter any data, okay, suppose I entered John, it took 4 bytes of memory, right? Remaining, I was left over with 6 bytes of memory. If it is char, what will happen after this 4 bytes of memory? The remaining whatever leftover bytes of memory will be there, all that bytes of the memory will be used by giving the blank spaces like that. 6 blank spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this, it will, you know, automatically take the blank spaces for the leftover bytes of the memory and it will actually consume all the bytes whatever we defined here, irrespective of whatever word we enter. If you enter 2-letter word, 3-letter word, it doesn't matter. It will take all the bytes. Remaining bytes like this, it will give the blank spaces. Okay. Suppose now if I defined a varchar here, okay. Again for the same varchar, for example, for employee name instead of char, I define varchar and I define the size as 10. Now what will happen? Once again, I'm taking the box and I'm trying to take 10 divisions. Can you hear me, Ashutosh? Okay. So if it is varchar, what will happen? Let's try to observe. So what I did here also, I took the 10 boxes, and suppose if I try to enter any word here, suppose I'm entering something like Ram, R in first box, A in second box, M in third box. Okay. So here I took 3 bytes of memory. I used 3 bytes of memory, whereas I actually defined 10 bytes of memory, out of which I used 3 bytes of memory. So here whatever left over for me, that is 7 bytes of memory. This 7 bytes of memory will be, it won't use this employee name column, will not use the 7 bytes of memory. It will be given back to the database. Okay. So what we can conclude here, if we are using varchar, our memory won't be wasted, right? Memory won't be wasted here. How much we needed, how whatever word we entered, whatever, how many characters we need, that much of memory will only be utilized. Remaining memory will be given back to the database. Whereas in char, memory will be wasted for us, right? So that is the reason mostly we prefer to use varchar in real time, because of this memory wastage. That is the first difference. Okay. And the second difference is that in char we can store up to 255 characters only. Okay. Whereas in varchar we can store up to 64,532 characters. This is another difference. Okay. So as the memory is being wasted here, and as we are using the complete memory whatever we are giving here, correct? Suppose if I am defining the size as 10, definitely 10 bytes of memory will be used. That is fixed, right? That is the reason we will call char as fixed length memory. Okay, fixed length memory, because it is fixed to whatever data type we used. But whereas here, how much, suppose if I define the size as 100 also, if I am entering 5 letter word, that much memory only will be used. Remaining 95 bytes of the memory will be given back to the database. So it depends on the character length or variable length. That is the reason we will call it as variable length data type. Okay, variable length data type. Here also it's not memory, it's data type. Okay. So this char is called as fixed length data type, where char is called as variable length data type. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now let me show you one error. Suppose I'm going back to the yesterday's class. Here, In employees table, I defined employee name with the 10 bytes of memory. That is, for employee name, I gave 10 as size, right? And I inserted some data here already. Okay. If I want to insert another row, still I can do that. So let me insert into employees. Okay. Values. I'll take fourth row. I'll give any name. Okay. And actually, I wanted to show you error, right? So here for employee name, I took size as 10. Let me try to give any name which is greater than 10 characters. Okay. And let's check what kind of error we will get. Instead of this, I'll write any some letters which is greater than 10. Okay. This is my name now. Next, I'll give some salary. I'll give some date. Okay. Now let's try to execute. Okay. Here for this employee name, I defined the size as 10 only, but I gave more than 10 characters than what it is displaying me. See, if I execute this, it is saying me, I got an error. It is saying data too long for the column employee name in at row 1, right? Data too long for the column. Because I said I'm going to store only 10 characters, but I stored more than 10 characters of data, which I cannot, right? That is the reason it is not inserting that particular data. It is throwing me error stating data too long to enter, like that. By seeing error messages itself, we will understand what mistake we did actually. Okay, so this is all about the very basics of SQL. I hope I'm clear, right? Next we have sublanguages concept. Okay, sublanguages concept, basically we have 5 sublanguages. Okay, that is DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, and DQL. Okay, so DDL is nothing but data definition language. Commands comes under DDL are create command, drop command, alter, rename, truncate. Okay, 5 commands comes under DDL. Next, DML is nothing but data manipulation language. And the commands comes under DML are insert, update, and delete. Okay. Next, DCL, that is nothing but data control language. And the commands comes under DCL are grant and revoke. Okay. Next, TCL, transaction control language. The commands comes under TCL are commit, rollback, and save point. Okay. Next, DQL, that is data query language. And the commands comes under DQL are select command. Okay. So like this, we are having 5 sublanguages actually, in which under each and every sublanguage we have some commands. Okay, so in basically in SQL all the commands are divided into 5 types of sublanguages. Okay, data definition language, data manipulation language, data control language, transaction control language, and data query language. Let me show you one picture. like this. SQL commands, we have 5 types. In each type we have some commands in it. Okay, now let's try to understand about each and every command which is available. Okay, so first DDL, and the first command under DDL is create command, which we already learned, right? Basically create command is used to create any database object. Okay, what is database object? That is, it can be table, it can be view, it can be stored procedure, like that. All of this will call it as database objects. For now, we understood about table. We saw how we are going to create a table, right? In yesterday's class, we created the table by writing this syntax. This is create table syntax, right? So create is a command used to create the table. Likewise, by using create, we'll create views and store procedures like that also, which we will see in that particular concepts. Okay, going forward, we'll have these topics individually. So this is about create command. I'm not repeating again. Okay. So next, drop command. Drop command is used to remove any table permanently from the database. Okay. Suppose I created one table and later I realized that I don't want that table. I wanted to remove that table permanently from my database. Then simply we need to use drop command. The syntax is also very simple. That is drop table table name. So I don't want to drop employees table completely. So let me just create a table once again so that I can use drop command here. So I'm just copying this particular thing, whatever we created, same employees table. I'm just changing the name because every time whenever we create, our database name should be unique and our table name also should be unique. I can't create. Suppose if I'm creating the same as it is, it will throw me error stating table already exists, employees already exist, right? That is the reason I'm just changing the name as employees one and I'm trying to execute. Then it will take. Okay, the table got created. Now let me use the insert command and let's insert some data in it. Here also, once again, I'm changing the name to employees one. As I said, MySQL is case insensitive. If we use capital letter, small letter, it doesn't matter. Okay, now let me execute this particular statement. It also got the data got inserted. Let's try to display the data by using select command. Select star from employees one, right? So let me select and execute. Now I got the data. Let me refresh and you can check, even we can check here. We have employees table, employees one table, right? So now let's use drop command on employees one. Okay. So the syntax drop table table name, that is employees one. Okay. Now you can see two tables here. Once immediately I execute this particular thing, the employees one table is removed. Only employees table I'm having, right? Now if I'm executing select star from employees one, it will give me error stating table doesn't exist because we just now dropped that particular table, right? Basically, drop command is used to remove the table completely or permanently from the database, right? This is about drop command. Okay. Whatever I said till now, is that clear? Perfect. So this is about drop command. Next command is alter command. So alter command, we have 5 use cases here in alter command. Okay. So I'll tell the difference between drop, truncate, and delete. Okay, in a while. So alter command, we have 5 use cases here. Let's see one by one. So first use case is that Alter is used to add any new column in the existing table. Okay, suppose if I wanted to add any new column, I already created a table. For example, we already have employees table. In that we give 4 columns. Just now I realized I want another column in it, a new column in it. Then normally how we got this column names, we created while creating the table only, we defined it, right? Now the table is already created. For the already existing table, if you want to add a new column, then we need to use the alter command. Okay, let's see the uh, syntax. Syntax will be like alter table name. Then I need to use a keyword called as add. Now add column, column name, and data type. Okay, like this we need to use alter table name. We are altering this table and we are saying we wanted to add a column and we need to give the column name. Every time whenever we are defining the column name, we need to give data type by default. Okay, let's see. Suppose alter table name is employees. Let me add a column name may be bonus, and for bonus I wanted to give float as a data type. Okay, let me select and execute. It got executed. Now let's see, select star from employees. From executing this, you can see now I got bonus column. I didn't insert it data so far. That is the reason it is showing us null, but we got the column, right? Like that. If you want to add a new column in the already existing table, we will use alter command. Inside alter, we need to use add keyword. Okay. So this is the first use case of alter. Next, second use case, use it to remove any existing column from the table. Okay. To add a new column also we will use alter command only. And if you want to remove, suppose I already created the table, then I realized I don't want one particular column in it. It is waste for me. So I wanted to remove that column. Then again I need to use the alter command only. Let me write the syntax first. Alter table name. Now I need to use a drop command. Inside alter, I need to use drop command and I'll say I'm going to drop column and then I'll give column name. Okay. Let's see. Alter table employees drop column name maybe bonus, whatever we just now created. While creating only we need to give the data type. Okay, here we are creating, that is the reason I gave the data type. Here I'm removing, no need of giving data type. Okay, so let me execute this and let's check. See, it got executed successfully. And if I write select star from employees, now I won't get my bonus column. Normally I'll get my first 4 columns, right? Because I just removed the that bonus column, right? For adding a new column and for removing the new column, for both of them we will use alter command only. For adding we will use alter, and inside alter we will use add command, and for removing we will use drop inside alter. Okay, like that. This is about second use case. Next, third use case, use it to change data type. Okay, use it to change data type for the existing column. Suppose I already created the table, I defined some columns, then I wanted to change the data type. Then also I need to use the alter command only, and the syntax will be like alter table name. Okay, here we need to use a keyword called as modify. Modify column name, new data type. Okay, let's see. Alter table name is employees. Modify column name. Suppose just now we understood about the difference between char and varchar. Okay, by using char my memory will be wasted. So I wanted to change this employee name column from char to varchar. So I'll write it as employee name. New data type directly I need to give. So I'm directly giving it as varchar and I'm defining the size as 10. Okay. Now let's try to execute. It got executed. If you can see now, I'm having char of 10, and after refreshing I can able to see var char of 10, like that. We can able to change the data type. So to change the data type, we need to use alter command, and inside alter we will use modify. Not only the data type, even if we want, I can change the size also. Suppose I'm just copying this entire thing. For now, observe, I gave the size as 10. Suppose I want varchar only, but I wanted to increase the size. I want increase or decrease whatever it is. I changed the size to 20. And if I execute, and now let's check towards the left side, I'm refreshing. I got 20, right? Like that. Even we can increase the size. I mean, even we can change the size, or even we can change the complete data type also by using alter and modify. Okay. And one more important thing here, whatever we learned so far, all the queries are same for all the remaining databases also, whether it can be SQL Server, Oracle SQL, like that. But only this particular thing, that is changing, using alter command and changing data type. Here in MySQL only we will use modify command. If it is SQL Server or any other database, we will write the syntax like this. Their modify keyword won't work. Actually, we need to write again alter only. Okay. Alter table, table name, alter column name, new data type. This is a syntax for SQL Server or any other database. In MySQL only we will use modify keyword. Okay. Remaining all queries, whatever we learned so far, all are same. Okay. For the remaining databases also. Right. So this is about the third use case, right? First use case, adding a new column. Second use case, removing the existing column. Third use case, changing the data type. Now fourth use case, use it to rename column name. Okay, if I wanted to rename column, then again I'll use alter command only. I'll write it as alter table, table name. Okay, rename old column name to new column name. Alter table, table name is employees. Rename old column name. Suppose I'm having DOJ here. I wanted to change that to the complete word, that is date of joining. Okay. So I'm changing here. You can see I have DOJ. I'm just changing that to date of joining. So let me just select. I need to write here column actually. Okay. Rename column. We are saying that we are going to rename column, and this is a column name, old column name to new column name. Okay. So let me execute. It got executed. Let's check. I'm refreshing. Now I got the complete new name, that is complete name, date of joining, right? Like that. This is the fourth use case. And the fifth use case is use it to add primary key for the existing table. Okay. Going forward, we will learn primary key concept. Okay. At that time, I'll explain this particular point. Okay. For the already created table, if we wanted to add primary key, then we will use alter command, which I will discuss in the integrity constraints concept. But this is the fifth use case. Okay. We have five use cases as I mentioned. First use case to add a new column. Second use case, remove a already existing column. Third use case, change the data type or size of the data type. Fourth use case, we can rename the column name. And the fifth use case, we can add a primary key for the existing table. Already I created the table. Now I decided to add a primary key. Then again, I need to use the alter command only. Okay, this is about the alter command. So we are done with create command, drop command, alter command. Rename is there, but as you asked about truncate, let me show you about truncate. So truncate command, what will happen when we use truncate? In the sense, it is used to remove data inside the table, but the structure of the table will remain same. Structure of the table will remain same. What I'm saying, whenever I'm using truncate, what happened? The data, whatever we inserted inside the table, the data will be removed, but the structure of the table will be as it is. Let's check. And to check this again, let me create one more time this employees one table. I'm creating the table. Okay. I'm inserting the data and I'm selecting the data. Okay. Now I have 4 columns here and I have 3 rows in it, right? Now if I use truncate keyword is simple. I mean syntax is simple. Truncate table name. That's it. So let me write truncate table employees one. Okay. Now what will happen? Whatever data we inserted, that is 3 rows will be removed, but the structure of the table will be as it is. Let's check. I'm just executing this particular thing. It got executed. Now let me display the data by using select command. Select start from employees one and let's check the output. I'll get a blank table because the data removed, but the structure is as it is. Suppose if you face any scenario that I have one table, okay, in that I wanted to remove all the data and I wanted to insert complete new data into the same table. That is table name, I want the same, table structure, I want the same. Structure in the sense it can be column names and it can be data types. Going forward, we will learn about integrity constraints, those also. Okay, that all of them considered into structure of the table, that will be as it is only. Whatever data we will insert by using insert command, that will be removed. Now what I can do here, I can use truncate, the complete data will be removed. Then I can use insert command and I can insert the new data into this table, right? Like that. That is the difference between drop versus truncate versus delete. Of course, delete we have in DML, but let me tell you here only. Tomorrow again I'll tell, but let me give you an overall idea. What is drop? Whenever I'm using drop command, the table will be removed completely from the database. At a time, the complete table will be removed, right? The table along with the data will be removed. If I use truncate, the structure of the table will be as it is, only the data inside the table will be removed. Okay. If I use delete when we will use in the sense, if I wanted to delete any particular row, I have 3 rows previously. If I wanted to delete third row, I will use delete command, like that. That is the difference between drop, delete and truncate. Am I clear? Important interview question, this one. Drop versus truncate versus delete. Okay, this is about truncate. And next we have rename. Let me finish that also so that we can complete DDL. Okay, next rename command. Obviously, if rename is used to change the table name. If we wanted to change the column name, we used rename inside alter, right? Here we changed the column name. Now suppose if I wanted to change table name itself, then I need to use normal rename command. Okay, and the syntax will be rename table. Here I need to say table because I'm going to rename the table. Old table name to new table name. Okay, simple. Suppose rename table. I'm having, let me, I'm having employees one, right? Let me change employees one to EMP maybe. Okay. And let's check. It got executed. And if I'm refreshing, I got EMP and employees because I changed employees one to EMP, like that. Whenever I wanted to rename the complete table name, I'll use rename command. Okay. This is about DDL commands. Basically, DDL commands deals with the structure of the table. Okay. You can see all the commands in it. Suppose create command, by using create command, table structure is created. By using drop, complete table structure will be removed. By using alter, we will change the table structure, whether we can add or remove the data, like that. By using rename also, we are trying to change the column name by using truncate. Also we are removing the data inside. Basically we are dealing with this structure of the table only by using ddl. Next we have dml, we will see in the next class. But with this our demo classes are done. If you are interested, get register with us, and if you register you will get a new zoom link for you. Okay, just follow the link and connect tomorrow. Okay, you can just check the details. All right, all right then. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, or else I'll end the session for now.